Welcome back to this tutorial. This demo, I will be provisioning a GKE cluster with Terraform, and I will be running the Kubernetes dashboard on it. The prerequisites to this course will be for you to have a cloud account with the appropriate permissions, the cloud SDK installed and configured, the CLI tool installed, and the Terraform installed and configured with your GCP from your terminal. After the deployment, I will run the kubectl proxy command, and then you will use this URL on the screen to navigate to be able to see the dashboard. I implore you to kindly follow up with this lecture, but if you witness any error, you can reach out and I can help you troubleshoot if you troubleshoot and you're not able to get to this, to the solution. This is going to be the architectural design. It will be the Terraform from my personal computer, and then I will run that locally and then install the Kubernetes Engine. It will be creating the GKE clusters and also the node pool. Let's get into it and see how this deployment should be done. By the way, if you are new to this, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for more awesome tutorials and tech reviews like this. This means a lot to me, and that is a way for you to support me on this. Let's get started. So as you can see, this is going to be my first file. It will be the terraform.tf file, and I'm declaring the required providers, which is the Google, and the source is going to be the HashiCorp /Google, and then the providers is also declared with the variables listed. I will show you the variables.tf file as well. Now this is the gke.tf file. As you can see, it's showing the GKE resource, and I named it the GKE cluster demo for the Terraform. But you can see on line 2, I am bringing in the variable project ID and then preface it with my GKE as the name in the cluster. And the location I already put in my region, and remove the default node pool, and then the initial node count will be 1. And I'm setting my network, and my network is basically my VPC, and then the sub network is the subnet. So when creating the Kubernetes cluster, you will need a node pool. I don't want it to create the default node pool. I want to declare it, and this is where I'm declaring it. The primary GKE cluster nodes is the name I gave it for the Terraform to see, and then I'm bringing in the name of the cluster. As the name. And then the cluster, I'm putting in the cluster ID there. The node count, I'm putting in the node count through the variable that I will show you how I declared. The machine type, disk size, and then auth scope and the levels. Now I'm declaring the outputs here, which is the project ID, region, the cluster host, and then the cluster name. And basically, this is how what I want to get. The Terraform.tf vars, that's the project ID and the region. The VPC, that's the VPC I declared. I was prefacing the project ID with my GKE VPC, and then this is the subnet, and this is the IP CIDR range that I'm putting. And you can see the network is that VPC that I created, that I'm also referencing here, but now with .name. The variables, this is the variable. The first one is the project ID. The second one is the region. The third one is going to be the node, the number of node. I can change it to 2, but let me leave it to 3 for now. Yep. So this is the variables.tf var and then the VPC. Let me open the terminal and then start running the command. I'm just logging into my GCP command through my terminal. I believe it's part of the prerequisite that I listed here, so you probably would have done that. And then I'm doing the Terraform initialization with Terraform init. And then the initialization was done successfully. Then Terraform FMT to make sure my Terraform is tied correctly, and then Terraform validate to make sure that the configuration is valid. Yep. And then I'll enable my APIs. The 2 APIs is going to be Google Service Enable Compute.Google APIs, and the other one is going to be Google Container API. And then this is the Terraform plan. And as you can see, let me go up and show all the resources that I'm going to be creating. So the first one is going to be the VPC. And as you can see, the name I gave it. And then you can see on the name, it's picking it up. The second one will be the subnet. The third one will be the cluster. And the last resource will be the node pool. And plan says 4 to add. So let me do Terraform apply. It will usually take a lot of time. Mine took about 20 minutes, so I will just leave it here and then come back later as soon as it's done. I hope you guys are following. Yeah. So the deployment is completed right now. And then I run the Terraform show command to show me the outputs and what is being tracked on in the state file. And as you can see, all the output that I listed has been listed out during that command. I am running the gcloud command get credentials to be able to ensure connectivity with my kubectl. And now I'm doing the kubectl get all to be able to ensure that I can interact with the cluster that I just created, and get all -a capital letter will give you the list of every resource that was created during the time that this cluster has been created. And you see, it's going to be a litany of pods, services, and so on and so forth. You see the cluster IP and the service. The service type is going to be cluster IP. So yeah, that's what it is. And then you see the status, whether it's restarted or not. Yeah, so nothing to worry about right now. Everything looks good. I will use this file, which it's a file that I will use to create the Kubernetes dashboards, and then this will be the one that I will use in creating the admin user and giving it the permission to be able to get visibility inside of the Kubernetes dashboard. So let me create the Kubernetes dashboard for now, and then I will go ahead and create the user after that. Okay. You can see the dashboard that I created has appeared, and the pods is 1/1. And then you can see the status says okay and it's running. So everything looks good for now. So the next thing will be to create the admin user. All right, let me do the kubectl proxy command. It changed directory, so I'm just bringing it back inside the directory I'm using. So I'm doing the kubectl proxy command. That will open it up to be accessible on the internet. And then I will create the user. I'll create the user. Yep. I just put in that URL that I highlighted in the beginning of the lecture. Now I'm about to create the user. kubectl, apply, and then I'm giving it this file here, Kubernetes Dashboard. And then you can see it has secrets, the row bindings, and the admin user that I created. And then the file has been run, and then the resources will show, right. The service account for the user, admin user has been created. The cluster row binding has been created, and the secrets that will merge that Kubernetes with the Kubernetes dashboard that I previously created has also been merged. So I just want to do a kubectl command to create the token for the admin user. And once it throws this token, I will simply grab it, and then that will be the token that I will use to access that URL for a Terraform, for the Kubernetes dashboard, not the Terraform dashboard. And as you can see, once I put it in and hit sign in, everything is in right now. That's the dashboard. And let me go to the namespace, and you can see my pods are running. This is the deployment, and I have 2 deployments. And as you can see, I have 2 workloads, 2 deployments in the GCP console. So that will be it for this lecture. Thank you so much for joining. The next lecture probably will be how I will be deploying a Kubernetes web application on top of this cluster. Thank you.